Hello and thank you for joining us for this week's MacDesk Floor Report. I'm Rebecca Darst from the Market Access Center, speaking to you from the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. We're down about 11 points in the Dow and trading on volume in line with the daily average on a day characterized by follow-through weakness on bearish global manufacturing data. We came to the floor this morning already indicated lower following a bearish flash manufacturing PMI data point out of China, which sent the Shanghai index 2% lower. Other Asian indices followed suit with declines in the 1 to 1.5% range. Next up was PMI data from France, which widely missed expectations, particularly on the service side, where the index reading came in at 46.1, more than 3 points below the street consensus. While manufacturing data from Germany was marginally better than expected, the composite Eurozone number also missed modestly. The bearish data points out of Europe sent the euro-dollar currency cross lower. We're currently at a reading of 129.43, and euro-dollar has been kind of bumping around these lows all day. Now, weekly jobless claims here in the U.S. came in higher than the street was expecting this morning. The read was 382,000 compared to an anticipated 375. This held futures lower during the later pre-market. Later on the U.S. data docket, the September Philly Fed Manufacturing Index posted a fifth straight month of declines, although here the negative 1.9 index reading was less dire than the previous month's reading of minus 7.1 and better than the consensus among street prognosticators, whose calls on the index averaged negative 4.5. So while the macro data backdrop was a little on the flinty side today, particularly after the global central bank pyrotechnics of last week, we had some spectacular news here on the floor of the NYSE in the form of a quadruple IPO morning. Trulia, National Bank Holdings, Spirit Realty Capital, and Susser Petroleum Partners successfully floating shares at the NYSE in fruitful partnership with the ladies and gentlemen of the DMM community here on the floor. So congratulations are in order to all 4 IPO launches today. Elsewhere, we are on the eve of a quadruple witching expiration tomorrow. September is always a quad witch month, which means that regular September equity and index options, as well as index and single stock futures, all roll over at the end of the day. Tomorrow's expiration has sparked a pickup in option trading volumes. Again, very typical, particularly ahead of a multi-contract expiration. Option volumes are running about 50% above the norm. Now, we pointed out in the midday today that we've been seeing some opening positions even in the September contract of the U.S. oil fund, that's ticker USO, suggesting that volatility positioning in the oil market may persist right into tomorrow's expiration. Otherwise, just looking at the equity options market alone, tomorrow's expiration will affect roughly 24% of the outstanding open interest in all listed names. The volatility index, meanwhile, is up about 4% at 1450. We'll be watching all the expiration-related activity as it unfolds, so be sure to give us a call on the Mac Desk for intelligence on your company, and we'll also be breaking down all the market action in the midday. For now, that's it for me, Rebecca Darst, for the Mac Desk Floor Report.